tuned into Sacred Erotic Poetry, Sacred Sexuality and Ascension with Gila and Nehemia. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. Happy New Year. I just am so excited to be here today in these amazing, amazing energies of pure transformation, honesty, truth, and clarity. So before we begin this clairvoyant, clair sentient podcast, I'd love for you to close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths with me at your own pace, from deep in your diaphragm into your higher chakras. Let's do it together. Calling in our guides, our angels, God, Source, Universe, the mermaids, the aquatic animals, the birds, the depth of the sounds in the ocean, the watery nymphs, the seahorses, the Mother Earth, all of the insects that are crawling in the depths of the earth, the trees, the sky, the moon, the sun, and all the celestial beings, our galactic brothers and sisters, of Andromeda, of Atlantis, of Lemuria, to assist us now in this transmission, in this channeling of what needs to be heard, what needs to be questioned, what needs to be assessed, and what needs to be answered. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Aho, and so it is. Thank you, those of you that have come on. Thank you for waiting. I wasn't ready yet during the new moon time to come on, so it is a time of pause, and we are all asked to pause at this time to not rush into any goals or any kind of intentions. To take it slow. It definitely is a time of intention. It's a time of um, a reassessment, deciding, decision. This is a very, very fertile time. So, what's happening out there? So much, right? Of course, there was a new moon in Capricorn on second, the 2nd of January of 2022. So, this is the 6th year, as I've been saying. This is a year of divine balance, of divine you know, the judgment in terms of like justice. So there's justice to be served at this time, and a release of any kind of judgment or feelings about yourself. Meaning justice. I wanted to clarify that. So I meant justice and a divine justice in all ways of the world. We may not yet be seeing it in our reality, though we might see glimpses of it, but it is happening in the ethers and coming down into our physical reality in all ways, in financial and societal and social, in all ways, in terms of equality amongst all people, and reducing or working towards elimination of power struggles. So Pluto has been going direct. It's going direct. So therefore, what does that mean? Pluto has not been going. It goes direct every 248 years, approximately, maybe give or take a few years. So the last time it was direct was around the time of the United States independence. So it's a huge, huge time for the US. You may have been seeing, I've been reading some things about that. But what does that mean for us? It's sovereignty, it's independence, it's a real authenticity of who we are. It's a rediscovering of our purpose, our connection to our mission and values. So I would just invite you to take the time as you are starting to write your intentions for this year, and maybe there's this cycle, this moon cycle, feel into some of those themes and decide what are your real values. This is also time when Venus is in retrograde. So, and this week, Venus and the Sun, there's like a connection, a conjunct. I don't know the exact words in astrology, but I did listen to it, and it's called a Venus star. So the Sun is that, that light, that kind of, I think of it as masculine energy connecting with the Venus of the feminine energy is connecting. And so we are asked to reassess our relationship specifically this week. So take a look at that. And really, honestly, the biggest message I want to just share with you is this deep sense of honesty, openness, truth. And the Capricorn energy grounds us. So we're just like grounded in the material world. We're working on our own situations, material, love, emotion, spirituality, everywhere. We're working on it in a deep sense. And so those of you that are, interested in, a new relationship or a new way of being for yourself, I'm recommending you take the time this month because I believe it goes direct like in late January, fully direct, I believe, in March. But take the time now to just kind of go within, to connect to the watery. Like I've been really connecting into the watery sense of my feminine being, and it's so appropriate, especially with this new moon energy, because it's in the dark. As we go towards the full moon, which is going to be fully illuminated later on in the month. So I would just recommend you. Connect into your truth, and with full honesty, like things that have not been working out for you last year. And this is a big thing I wanted to share, that was confirmed to me and other people that I listened to as well, is that anything that was not fully resolved in 2020 is being resolved now. Any kind of issues that you had that maybe you didn't actually deal with is actually going to be dealt with in 2020 now. I mean, I have an actual direct correlation of the way I was feeling in 2020 to what's happening now and making the right decisions for myself. So I just wanted to share that, the personal with you, because I feel that when we can actually be honest, even if it's challenging, even if it's hard, even if it's like, a story had to burst or an illusion had to be I don't know how to say this, but if an illusion or a fantasy that wasn't working is not working, just to be honest with yourself, to be honest, like, okay, this is not exactly what I want. This is not happening for me. My needs are not being met, and this is what I want. And to really let that go, even if it's somebody that you truly, truly care for, or you truly thought that things were going to work out in a different way, even your business, my business has transformed, and it is always transforming. I still have a direct mission to help others and to coach, but I do it in a number of different ways, utilizing all my talents, which I wasn't doing before because I was like really set on a specific way of it happening. So it's actually in resistance to all of my own gifts. And this is just coming to me. So this is really just like a divine channel. So what is really happening is we are being realigned. Our hearts are being realigned with this Venus retrograde. We're moving into the crystalline grid, and we are really harnessing all of our gifts in all of our ways. Maybe you were a successful counselor, or you were a successful financial advisor or something, and you left that for a while. So now you're going to be utilizing those talents as well as all of your psychic gifts in different ways, and allow yourself to like think out of the box and figure out what would make sense for the utilization of all your talents. And don't be afraid to like maybe go back to similar situations, but now it's different. You've changed after all of this inner work. The positions have changed, the needs have changed, like everything's different, so it really depends on your perspective. And it also depends on you desiring to heal your own wounds, and really wanting the best for yourself, like fighting for your own love, fighting for the love of yourself. It's not really a fight to hurt somebody. It's a fight to, or I would rather say, I guess a better word than fight, it's a reclaiming of yourself with your sacred boundaries fully set. And it's not a protection of your heart. It's not like your heart isn't open. It's just a a recognition of what is really serving you and what isn't serving you. And I know we've been doing this for all this times with different moon cycles and all this stuff, but this year, this is a year of tremendous change. We're going to have a few eclipses this year, and this Pluto is like huge, and plus there's just like a veil, energetically, um, regardless of all the planets, there's a veil that's being lifted. Something really shifted for me in the past few days, and I'm still working through a little bit of the pain body, but honestly, I'm really connecting into the womb of Mother Earth, into crystalline grid, into Christ consciousness without any kind of fear, without any kind of fear of what people are going to say about me or what it's going to look like. I used to really be afraid of being alone. I'm no longer afraid of that. I'm just like, this is who I am. This is what I need. This is my mission in life. And, I'm open to receive. I ask God every day, I thank God every day, and I say, I am your conduit. Work through me. I am your instrument. Play me in your divine orchestra. Someone said that to me 4 years ago, and I was like, whoa, how do they do that? Well, I'm at that point right now. So if there's anything I'm saying that you're like, whoa, how do you do that? The fact that you even are asking or you're even desiring to be there, and it may be somebody else, that you admire. You are going to get there because that's your desire. And, I heard something really interesting. Oh, it was Sadhguru who said, like, we all have desires. Like you might have a desire to be a sexual fantasy, or you might have a desire to, to be like, I don't know, super rich or have a big house or something like that. But when you go beyond those desires and you're saying, what is my vision for my life, for my existence? Now that goes beyond just desire. That's like a commitment to humanity and to all that there is, right? To the infinite oneness. If your mission is to live in oneness, like that goes beyond any material or sexual desire you might have, right? It's just really amazing. I mean, even if it's just like I just want to have so much love for my family and really be there for my family, and be an example for others to show what it means to be an amazing parent or an amazing child or an amazing partner. Those are, I'm not judging you. I'm just saying whatever your vision is, that is an ideal that you're going to move towards, and it goes beyond like earthly and material desires. And that is like also super important because all of us collectively we're moving towards oneness, and we are all equal, even if we're not gelling with each other or we're not necessarily choosing each other. That doesn't mean we're not all in it together. It just means that we're not connecting right now, and we don't necessarily need to connect for the rest of the journey. Our phase of our relationship is over now, and it did what it needed to do. All I'm suggesting right now, what's coming to me right now, is to share with you is that to really let go of any boxes, to let go of any paradigms that you've been living through. Maybe you thought that you were in a divine relationship and it didn't work out, so it's like, okay, well, what's next? Well, you still deserve that holy marriage or holy partnership, whatever you're desiring, and that's still coming to you. It just might not be in the attachment that you had with the person that was, occupying that space before. So it's so important to let go of any attachments and to really live in a space of detachment, and complete trust, surrender, and faith. And that's not an easy journey. Believe me, I am in that too. And it's like, it's not easy, but it's so worth it. And I've seen it in front of my eyes how amazing things happen when you just are open to receive and you are in a space of relaxation. So how do you get there? Right? I've been very traumatized in my life. I've had so much anxiety about relationships and money, but now I'm in this place of like it's all coming to me. Like nothing more I need to run after. I don't chase. I don't run. I just am. I take inspired action and I stay in my lane of alignment. And whatever that means, whether it's changing my diet, eating less, drinking more water, I'm really becoming very attuned to my body. I'm becoming attuned to nature, to the astrological energies, as you've noticed, as well as the energies within me. I'm a very watery being, a very passionate being. I am a very loyal being. And I realize some of those things can not always help me in my path. So I have to always recalibrate. Like every day, I'm recalibrating. Like, how am I feeling today? Like, what is the barometer? Like, you check the temperature outside. What's the temperature in yourself? Like, what is the temperature in your body? And I'm not talking about the degrees. I'm talking about how are you feeling? What's your level of self-love and confidence in your path? And I'm inviting you to check that. I'm inviting you to connect with that daily. Like, you know, are there regrets that you have? What can you do about that? What were the lessons that you learned? What's how are you feeling right now? And the more that you can connect with that space and really just be in it, like flow with it, and trust that, all of your desires, all of your visions are actually coming together. This energy is so important for that, as well as you in my new moon activation that I will add at the end of this podcast. It's just like 2 minutes, if in case anybody would like to listen to like kind of a trailer, you can listen to it, and if you're interested, you can purchase it for 11.11. You are the portal. Like I think for so long I was thinking, okay, this is the portal, right? That is the portal. It's the Lion's Gate. It's the this, it's the that. But no, it's us. We are the portal. We get to have the choice to decide how we desire to live our lives. And, if we have to leave a pattern or we have to leave a story, so be it. If it makes you feel more at peace and it makes you feel better about yourself, go for it. This is the barometer. Are you at peace? Are you feeling good about yourself? Do you feel worthy of who you are? Do you believe in yourself? Do you trust in your vision? Do you believe in divine forces assisting you all the time? I feel like these are the questions that we are asked to ask ourselves in this time of self inquiry, in this time of reflection, in this time of healing. And, even making some decisions about love, I'd say like wait until the beginning of February, because we're still in a dream state as we're moving into February as part of the divine feminine way. We really begin our year in like February, March, whichever feels right to you, and you just like can be a part of these energies and allow it to flow and take action when needed. Though the whole like Venus in retrograde, like just take that into account that perhaps you're just not ready yet to really step into something new. And if something is already happening for you, great, and take it slow. There's nothing wrong with taking it slow, everything in divine timing, right? And we are timeless. So there is a sense of like, we don't want to waste our time. We don't want to just, use our time aimlessly. We want to be purposeful and conscious about it. But at the same time, take the time to really connect with yourself and to make conscious decisions about what you're deciding to do for you, for your family, for your life, for your finances. It's very important because the more that we focus on the lens of sacredness and everything that's in our life, um, I truly believe that you will see that that time that you've taken, even if it's spent alone, is more worthwhile than giving into something that is not a good use of your time in, from your perspective at this moment. We change from moment to moment, but what we feel right now, we must honor. Even if it seems like it's not working out with what we thought it should have been. Well, this is the time to scrap it, it's like a clean slate. The veil has been lifted, so it's a clean slate like right now. And we get to design our lives given the fact that we have done so much inner work, that we've um, surpassed and we've moved through so many things. This is the time to go within, to connect to all that you are, and continue to reinvent yourself. Like I've been called to work with children. Anybody who has a child, and the girls who are between 10 and 18, I'm going to be starting a group program because someone connected with me. It's on my website under my writing course. She connected with me. We had a conversation, and she asked me to help her daughter. And I normally don't help young girls, though I do have two daughters of my own. And I was a teacher for many years, and I just said, okay, I felt the call. I said, fine. And it was amazing. It was so amazing that now a new program is, it's being birthed through me, and so it hasn't yet taken shape. So if that's something that you're interested in, you want to work with me, you like me, you're maybe think that your daughter might find my assistance helpful to both of you, or you just want to get a call and to connect with me, I'm so open to it because I feel like we're just evolving. Like I said earlier, our narrow ways of thinking have expanded. We've expanded our consciousness. We've expanded our heart space. We have so many relationships in our lives. And as much as I was on that divine relationship path, I realized I still am having the divine relationship, though there are many to choose from, So there's just not one. And the more that we connect into that, the more we can realize we love ourselves, we love others, we can, wear our hearts in our sleeves and be safe and loved in that space. There isn't just one box. There can be many boxes. The doll, I don't know if you remember, but there used to be when I was a kid, it's like there's a doll, a big figurine of a doll. It's like made out of like some sort of cardboard or something like that. And you open it, right? It can be open, so there are little dolls inside, and you keep opening it, right? And it keeps getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And I don't know, I just have that image of like you just keep opening it, and you just keep going more in and in and in and in. It's actually infinite, right? And if you just think about that, like there's infinite possibilities to get to wherever you want. And if you can focus on your vision of what you're desiring, like maybe it's a relationship and all you're desiring is like deep, open, vulnerable love, something that's really watery, that's really safe, that has all the elements of what you're desiring. Can be sexy, it could be fantastic, it could be adventurous, it could be all of those things, and you know that you're going to have it. And that's it. That's all that there is. And the rest you leave to the divine. The person, the place, the meeting, the whatever, all of the other stuff, you just let it go and you let it happen and you take inspired action. I'm not asking you to just sit and receive and do nothing. I'm asking you to take inspired action when the time is right. And if you're not feeling like the time is right, let it go. Change your course. There's nothing wrong with changing your course as long as you are in self love, if you are worthy of yourself. Because more than anything else, for me, the pattern was giving my power away to men. I was giving my power away to men so many times until I finally realized, as healthy as a relationship is, if I'm still giving my power away, it's not, I still need to heal more, and I still need to, step back and really decide on what I want. And that was a huge, huge epiphany for me. And that really changed the course of my life. And I feel like it's really helped me to strengthen and fortify my own masculine energy, and in a healthy way. So it's been a huge, just to share a little piece of my life with you, like it's been a huge epiphany for me and a shift for me and a realization that there's so much more that I can experience in my life when I allow myself to go to that vision, when I respect myself enough to step back and really decide what I want and then just allow it to happen. And I have done it before. I've done it so many times, but now it's evolved. That's the difference, right? I know the technique because the technique has worked for me, but the change is my own evolution of what I'm really worth and what I'm really desiring, and knowing that I can have it. And perhaps the way I was going about it before was still causing me some distress, so deciding I don't want the distress anymore and like eliminating that feeling keeps me in peace, keeps me in excitement for the new, keeps me in, attuned and aligned to myself. And that is my goal consistently: attunement and alignment to self. Listening to the messages of the divine, connecting into my intuition, being grateful for all that is and all that will be, and then taking any inspired action as they come. And that is really just that's my everyday. That's my practice now. Um, Connecting to my animals, connecting to my children, being true with my emotions, and allowing them to, allowing them to be released, because my emotions are part of my GPS. I sometimes have to, I use both my emotions and my consciousness, but I have to feel it first. And then that's just my method. I feel it and then I move through it. And then when I'm ready, I can, connect into the balance of it. And that has been my process. So connect into what is your process. And if you're desiring any help, I'm enrolling. As I said before, my prices have decreased. So any of you who are interested can definitely come on with me. I have a group program. I have quantum healing. I have individual mentoring. I am now opening up to mentoring girls. So there's so many different options. My time is limited, so I'm only accepting 3 new mentees per month. So if you're interested, definitely check out my website and sign up for a 15-minute chat with me. And I'm so excited to be here with you. And there will be a really short trailer at the end of this podcast so that you can connect to the new moon meditation if that's something you desire, and definitely sign up if that's something that you want. And I just wanted to say to you, thank you so much for being on this journey with me and sending you so much love and light. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We'll take 3 breaths to close the circle. Namaste, Shanti Shalom. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Stay tuned for the new moon 2-minute trailer right after this. A warm, comforting, safe energy. And now let me take you to your favorite place, a meadow near the beach, near the forest, on the mountaintop, whichever you choose, wherever place you love the most. Let's go there together now. And you're still sitting up or lying down, right against the earth, feeling this deep sense of security and love. You're listening to the insects. You hear the birds. You hear the dogs. You hear the wolves. You hear all the animals. And you hear the sound of the wind. You feel the central sun on your body. sound of the waves, the smell of the sea air, or the crispness of the forest, or just the beautiful smells of the flowers. All of your senses are totally in tuned, and your psychic senses are awake. Clairvoyance, clairsentience, clairaudient, and anything else that you feel, trust it now. Allow yourself to step into the vision of complete oneness with the earth, with all of the insects, all the animals, with all of nature and all beings, with humans. You see your own heart and your own love as you connect to others. You envision a space of deep, deep equality as we are all in the 0 point field of the present moment. We are all in